to support all the optimism which my colleagues do, and I promise for some of my friends to be very optimistic today and find out enough arguments for that. First of all, I think that in Ukraine we have combined our local reasons of the crisis and the international crisis. And the local reasons of the crisis was that the level of the consumption in Ukraine was like in Europe, and the productivity of labor was like in the former USSR. And to understand that it cannot last long, it's absolutely understandable. And from that point of view, we understand that we were very pessimistic in the first quarter of 2009. What's happened after that? I think that the most effective anti-crisis steps was two things. First is G20 meeting on the 1st and 2nd of April this year, when everybody understands that if any country will try to undertake the certain steps to avoid any default events, they can count on the support of the International Financial Organization. And the second step was, I don't see where is Jayla, but Jayla, thank you very much, because the second step was a very effective cooperation with the IMF, very professional team which arrived to Ukraine, and it was very decisive action together with the Ukrainian government, together with the National Bank, which give an immediate result, and the understanding of crisis is changed completely on the 2nd and 3rd quarter of the year 2009. We seriously improved the situation in the banking sector, because in the first quarter it was a panic, and it was low level of trust. It was, you can see the price on the Ukrainian euro bond of any Ukrainian banks and how it's improved for half a year, because they make huge money on that. But let's not talk about the past, let's talk about the future. What is the optimistic things for the year 2010? You should understand that I don't speak about year 2009, because before the presidential election it would be not very decisive step for improving the situation in the economy. The only one result is that I would be quite brave to say that Ukrainian people do not feel actually the crisis yet. We don't have any debt for the salary. We don't have any debt for the pension. We finance all the budget expenses in time. I don't say the sources for that, including the fruitful cooperation with IMF, with EBRD, with any other financial institution and everything, but the possible social risks is still ahead. So we should understand that. Because of that, we should have an absolutely sober-minded budget policy. We should have absolutely sober-minded expenditure policy. We should concentrate it on the package for the economic stimulus. But at the same time, we don't have such a huge pressure next year for the foreign payments, because the main part we cover this year, I mean both for the sovereign and quasi-sovereign debt and for the commercial debt, which is 74% of the commercial debt of the Ukraine is restructured already. Moved ahead all the payments from the year 2010, waiting that the Ukrainian economy would be seriously improved. And I think that we can, enough arguments, enough reasons to expect the political stabilization in the year 2010. I really support that the only way out from the crisis is not a protectionism, is just to remove all the barrier in international trade, and that's why it is extremely important for us to have a free trade agreement with the European Union, which we talk about for more than 3 or more years, together with the visa facilitation. We have really gained the privileges for being a member of the WTO, which is not working yet, and our banking system. If you ask me what is the perspective of the banking system and how to restore the fact that the banking system of Ukraine tried to giving the loan to the real sector, and where too we should concentrate our efforts, I think it would be several main priorities. And first of it is the trading finance. We should really improve the situation for financing of our export activities. We should really changing the situation. We don't have any possibility to pay very high political price for the gains in our agricultural sector. Can you imagine that in the financial situation like is now in Ukraine, it is enough politics now who's still insisting, please don't give any investment to the Ukrainian agricultural sector. Don't do anything. We are absolutely satisfied with the current level of productivity in the agricultural sector, just for nothing, just for trying to obtain any votes for the political reasons. That's why I'm absolutely sure that we have a huge number of results. Mr. Moskova, am I enough positive still? We have, of course, a certain risk, and the main risk I consider is a possible social instability. And we should understand that, and we should unite the efforts, which I am absolutely sure would be done after presidential election. Much less, but still existent risk, is the stability of the banking system, because some banks would be unsustainable to provide the activity. And that's why the activity of the regulator would be very decisive. We should refinance the reliable bank immediately to support the economic activity of the banks. We should recapitalize the bank who can survive in this condition, which is important for the state of the certain sectors. And we should decisively liquidate the insufficient bank for not poisoning the banking system, covering all the possible social ills. Just I understand that you give me a sign that it's a little bit long.
That's why
maybe I give an answer and then to make my speech. Thank you very much indeed.
Okay, well thank you. The only thing is I feel that there's been a little bit of a conspiracy of optimism here. So I hope that Peter will challenge